Let's get it, perros. UFC 312 MMA drive. First time ever. Peep the whip. Been wanting to do this for a minute, but I didn't have a car. Shout out Big Boy. Let's go. All right, let's go. So UFC 312 was last night. You know, first of all, I'm capping. I do have a car, but I didn't have a reliable car to do this. And then I'm doing this with this car so the IRS can see it, and then, you know, we can do, like, get some tax breaks or whatever. But anywho, I'm not a CPA. But yes, UFC 312 was last night. DDP ended up winning that championship. Was it a banger fight? I mean, it was cool. You know, if y'all seen the first fight, the first Sean Strickland versus DDP fight, y'all knew what you were gonna expect. It was a cool, like, the first two, like the first was it second, third, I think up until the third round, like it was like whatever's, but then once DDP ended up breaking Sean's nose, that's when, you know, things picked up a bit. I thought Sean initially was like, oh, he's done. He's about to get finished. But that dude is a straight up perro, like straight up, like dude, like managed to go all the way to decision with a freaking broken nose. Like that's wild. But, you know, I mean, I don't expect anything less from Sean Strickland. This dude is tough, you know? And, you know, congrats to DDP, the fourth African horseman. You know what I'm saying? After he got his blessing from Adesanya. Actually, I think it was Kamaru Usman. Hold on, let me do it justice. Kamaru Usman, who gave him the blessing on that, what is it, Pound for Pound podcast? But yeah, the fourth horseman, DDP, ended up calling Alex Pereira at the end. My bad, Alex Pereira at the end. And at 205. Hopefully y'all cannot hear that. That is annoying. I'm gonna get that fixed. But right now I'm broskies. Well, not broskies, but I'm brokey. But I'm gonna get that fixed soon. Or I'm just gonna have to upgrade car. But like I said, the IRS is watching that. I'm doing this so the IRS can watch, you know, and deduct some miles and all that. Because this is business. We're conducting business here. But yeah, ended up DDP called out Alex Pereira. I believe Alex was like, you know, with his translator in the back, because I saw the press conference and all that. He asked DDP if he called him out. DDP said, yeah, I did. I was like referencing a movie. I don't know what the whole thing was, what that was about. But yeah, called him out. He agreed to do it at 205. Is it gonna happen? No, because Khamzat is next. Khamzat is next to fight DDP. Like, everyone knows this. I believe El Tio confirmed it, but don't quote me on that. DDP knows that Khamzat is next. Everybody knows Khamzat is next. Like, especially after that performance that Khamzat had against Robert Whittaker. Like, there's just no denying that Khamzat is next. You know? Hell, he even called him out at the end of the fight. He was like, yo, this fight is BS. You know? But yeah, that's definitely going to be a good fight for DDP versus Khamzat. It's going to make a lot of money, as you said. But let's pretend now. If DDP manages to beat Khamzat, that right there is going to catapult DDP into like a bigger star. You get me? And then if Alex beats Ankalaev, which I'm pretty sure he will, everyone wants a piece of the Alex business, you know? Everyone wants a piece of that Chama, you know? That Chama, whoa. Hey, yo, chill. You know? So Alex can either fight John Jones, which is a super mega fight, but if that doesn't go according to plan, like, I would definitely want to see DDP versus Alex Pereira, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. But let's talk about Sean Strickland. What's next for Sean Strickland? Well, first of all, homeboy needs to get his nose fixed. That's for sure. Other than that, I'm not really sure what do you do with Strickland. You know, because we seen him fight DDP twice already. The first one, people were saying, you know what, Strickland won, you know, others were saying DDP won and all this other stuff. So that's like how we had the second fight. But, you know, DDP ended up beating Strickland like in a dominant fashion. It wasn't stylish, but it was dominant. You know, I gotta stop saying you know what I'm saying. But anywho, yeah, DDP beat up Strickland. He beat Strickland in a dominant fashion. So I don't see a way where Strickland ends up fighting for the championship again unless he clears out like full house. You get me? And DDP actually made an interesting point where he said like that he thinks the next fight is going to be Strickland versus Adesanya Part 2. You know, because if Strickland ends up fighting, I forgot homeboy's name. I should know this, but I forgot homeboy's name. He just beat Adesanya last week or 2 weeks ago. If Strickland ends up fighting him and Strickland somehow manages to win, then it's going to be like the whole Robert Whittaker and Adesanya situation where Robert Whittaker was beating up all the contenders and then Adesanya was just kind of just having leftovers, you know. So I could see that. I could see Strickland versus, you know, Adesanya. That'd be cool. Other than that, I don't know. Strickland versus Khamzat. I mean, they used to be training partners. You know, that would be cool. Would it happen? I highly doubt it. But hey, you know, anything can happen in the UFC. Oh, boy, yo. Okay, first of all, if you're not following my picks, bro, I'm undefeated this year. I am like, I think I'm undefeated. Like, but not financial advice, you know. I think I'm undefeated. The only one that I probably got wrong, and I know I said it, was that the whole Money Moicano versus Islam. I said my money has Islam, but I'm a DJ and I'm rolling with Moicano. Other than that, I believe I got everything right. But yeah, Zhang Weili, I had Zhang Weili here. Zhang Weili winning over Suarez. Like, I wasn't buying Suarez undefeated record, and I know she was having like she would fight and then she would get injured or something like that, and then she wouldn't come back for a while. Then she, you know, like, I mean, it's never a good thing to have like time off, you know. But yeah, Zhang Weili ended up beating Tatiana Suarez, and now is the time to have Weili versus Valentina Shevchenko. Like, it has to be done. There's nobody else for Weili to fight. I don't think there's anybody else for Valentina to fight other than Valentina Nunez. They have to run it back, I think, a second time or a third time. I'm not really sure. But we all know Nunez is retired. And, you know, the UFC they have to do it, you know, not repeat the same mistake of not having these two women at their peak fight, you know, because Shevchenko versus Amanda for the GOAT, bro, that would have been amazing. Because I believe the first time they fought, I don't think they were both champions yet, you know, and now, you know, but it just never happened. Amanda ended up retiring. So I would like to see Weili versus Shevchenko. It has to be done. Somebody shout out El Tio. Let him know that we want to see Weili versus Shevchenko. Get it done. And so I briefly want to talk about UFC 311. I did record a UFC 311 episode after the fights, but I was not satisfied with it, as it was my first time really kind of recording this whole MMA drive thing. And like, I had to like get new equipment and stuff like that, and I was having some technical difficulties with it, and it was like a little learning curve, and now I got it, you know. And plus, it's been a minute since I started recording like raw footage like this, you know what I'm saying? But now your boy's back. And yeah, UFC 311, Money Moicano, man, it would have been dope if he won, but he didn't. You know, it is what it is. Islam ended up winning. What's next for Islam? I know he wants to fight DDP, but he's like, you know what? Just bring me whoever. Bring me whoever, and I'll fight them. It has to be Charles, especially after what happened with Saryukin. It's Charles. Like, it's just no way it's not going to be Charles. Speaking of Charles, you know, I met Charles, you know, out here in Inglewood when they did Full Violence collab. Like, it was dope. You know, I'm him now. It's like, I'm the champ now. I feel like Oliveira now, you know what I'm saying? And if you haven't seen it, Oliveira got drafted along with Luka to the Lakers, so hell yeah, W. But yeah, I recorded for UFC 311, and I'll probably not upload it. I still have it. I'll just save it. I'm gonna upload it. It's too late for that now, but yeah. And yeah, I guess this is pretty much it. The first episode of MMA Drive, episode 1. Next time we're gonna have a C8, hopefully in the future, you know. But for now, rolling in the Mustang. And yeah, if you're into cars, you know, drop a comment, you know, or whatever, you know, just talk about cars. What's your dream car? All that stuff. Or, you know, let's talk MMA, chop it up. Let's get to at least 500 subs. I know we're close to 400, but let's get to 500 subs for the summer. And yo, Charlotte should have never won. I'm just saying that. I'm still pissed about that. Charlotte should have never won. They have so much talent. Yeah, I'm talking about they have so much talent. You know, like if they would have given it to who was it? Was it Roxanne Perez? Like, I'd have been like, okay, that's cool. It's someone new, but should have never been Charlotte. I was kind of like against Cena not winning the Rumble and giving it to Jay, but you know, I'm cool with that one. I'm cool with that one because Jay has been busting his ass like throughout the whole year. He's been busting his ass consecutively. And did y'all see that pop when he came out to the Rumble? Yeah. So Jay, it's valid. Jay is valid. But yeah, that's the first episode. We're out of here. Who you got, perros?